Hey guys, welcome to this course. What you're going to learn in this course is all about cryptocurrency and gaming. How to make play-to-earn gaming work for you. So yes, you can actually play games and make money, and that's what you're going to learn about in this course. Plus, you're going to learn how to maximize your cryptocurrency earnings from the play-to-earn games and how to pick the right play-to-earn games that are going to be the best for you. So I hope you really enjoy this class as much as I've enjoyed putting it together. Now let's get started. All right, so here's a little bit about me, just so you know where I'm from. If you don't know me, my name is Andrew Murray. I've been a full-time entrepreneur for over 15 years, and I was not an overnight success. We struggled to find the right businesses for us for over 3 years. But in my mid-20s, I made my first $250,000. So that's $250,000 in just 15 months. And since then, I've made six figures each year teaching and building passive income automated systems. So on my left, that's me and my son. We actually run a soccer podcast together called CPL Fever, and passive income gives me the time to do side projects. On the right, that's me in Fatima, Portugal on one of my vacations. Such a great experience to be able to visit places like that. So since then, my wife and I, we built our online businesses to the point where each is an income producing asset. And that's really what I try to create, is income producing assets. We homeschool our kids, and we've traveled extensively teaching and sharing what we know about creating wealth in the digital age. If you want to know more about me, I'm originally from Toronto. I settled in Nova Scotia, where I have a beautiful 200-year-old United Church manse. That's my wife's dream home. So it's kind of like the home that Noah built for Allie in The Notebook, if you're familiar with that. That's actually a picture of the house in The Notebook, not actually my personal house. But yeah, if you're familiar with that movie. We also have a beautiful house on the lake that we rent and we Airbnb. We make passive income from that. And we're currently living in Portugal, where we're helping our eldest son pursue his dreams of playing football. And I've had 13,523 students take my courses, where I teach people how to become financially independent. I do believe in multiple streams of income, and I don't believe that one size fits all. So I've actually created passive online businesses with Airbnb, with YouTube, affiliate marketing, my own digital products, blogging, investing, dividend staking, crypto, peer-to-peer lending, a whole bunch of different things. So if you have any questions about any of that stuff, feel free to get in contact, and I'll see what I can do to help. And now enjoy the rest of this course. All right, so what is play to earn gaming? That's what's really big about this. I'm a big fan of play to earn gaming, and it's really cool because of what it is about and how people are actually playing video games and earning real money. Because this is completely different from how it used to be, where you'd buy a game from the gaming store, you take it back, you play, and you wouldn't earn anything, right? So now people are playing video games and really earning real money. And it's been enabled because of the blockchain, because every action can be linked to the blockchain, and it's allowed people to earn real cryptocurrency. So some people are making a full-time income at this. A lot of times it's not a full-time income, but I'm going to show you how to take advantage of this even without playing games and create a passive income stream. So if you haven't seen it in the news, you're going to definitely start seeing more about this play to earn games and what it's all about. So play to earn, why is it important? It's about people being able to actually play video games and earn money. And that's really, really interesting. It's a huge concept, and it's creating more of a community culture. And what I mean by that is, formerly you'd see a lot of communities would actually hate the makers of the game. A great example of this is FIFA 22, where people always complain there's not enough content. Whereas when people are earning money, they're much more invested in the community, and it's created a much it's created a community where people get together, and there's this communal mentality where people want to take care of it and foster that community. Now, how big is play to earn gaming? Well, the proof is right here. This is Forbes saying play to earn gaming is driving NFT and crypto growth. This is one of the biggest news outlets in the world. Forbes are talking about what's driving new growth in crypto. And I'm going to give you a hint there for anyone that's interested in investing or business. Whatever drives new users is huge. Okay. That is where the big money institutional investors are going to get involved. And it's really exciting. So typically play to earn means, and I'm taking this from this article, participants are rewarded with cryptocurrency or NFTs just for playing games they would probably play for free. So because of that, it's actually driving growth in crypto and NFTs, and it's causing people to change games. If there's two different games and one of them is, let's say, Heyday, and the other is a crypto game that's very similar to Heyday, you're going to start to see a lot of people choose that other option. Another example of that is people starting to move away from Brawl Stars over to Thetan Arena, which is a very similar game, but you can actually make real money playing Thetan Arena. All right, so how is gaming changing the landscape? Here are some big things that are happening. Right now, there's about 3 million people that have purchased NFTs. Expect that to rise because that's tied into crypto gaming as well. But the landscape of gaming is shifting, and it has been shifting for quite some time. Back when I was a kid, people would buy a video game, they'd spend the big money, take it home, and be able to play it. Well, if you've noticed over the last few years in places like the App Store, most apps and games are leaning more towards a model of download for free and then have some microtransactions or maybe an upgraded version in the game, but it's through these in-app purchases, okay? And 1 in 4 gamers have purchased microtransactions like these in the past year in games. Crypto's destabilized a lot of industries. For example, banking. People are moving from traditional banks and credit cards to prepaid Visa cards because, well, they can earn 2% back in Bitcoin, which is way better than paying 20% in interest. So I'll put some links to that below, but the mind-blowing figures behind EA Sports Ultimate Team are just massive, massive. And again, this is a game that people just play. There's no way for them to make money in it. Imagine if it were more competitive and for wins, they could actually get some cryptocurrency. You can understand that people would spend even more because they'd want to have that edge of getting a better team. So EA generated a total of $1.49 billion through the Ultimate Team platform. That's a 120 million increase over last year's revenue. It's absolutely huge. And think of what's going to happen when a lot of those players start coming into play to earn gaming. So it's bigger than DeFi. These stats are according to GWI Research. The Reddit gaming is the 4th biggest community on Reddit worldwide. And so that is huge as well. Here's some other things that are interesting. Where are gamers coming from? Well, Generation Zers are more likely to watch esports than the NBA, than the UEFA Champions League or Formula One, which is huge. Esports, which is basically professional competitive gaming, has evolved into an entertainment in its own right. The revenues, from e-gaming, watching e-gaming, are predicted to reach almost 1.8 billion by 2023, and the total esports viewership is expected to reach 646 million also by 2023. And it's not just kids that are playing games. This is, again, when you look at market share, people moving into the gaming market, 55 to 64%, 55 to 64, the age group is up 32%. Okay. And grandparents are up 28%. Those are fast growing segments. I'll tell you, when I take my son to soccer, I see some of the parents there and just walking by, I can see that they're playing games and things like that. So there's a lot of movement in this market, and a lot of new gamers are going to be coming into this market as well, which, like the crypto market as a whole, is like the rising tide that's going to raise all of the boats. And it should be very exciting for people to get involved in crypto gaming right now. All right, guys. So why is gaming so big and why is this important for you? Well, pay attention to this. Look at what MarketWatch said. It says video games are a bigger industry than movies and North American sports combined thanks to the pandemic. So the pandemic has actually contributed to this as well. And again, we're just at the crest of this. This is incredible. The global gaming sales has risen nearly 20% to nearly 180 billion in 2020. So that's even bigger than before. Also, investors like Mark Cuban have joined the Ethereum NFT game Axie Infinity's $7.5 million raise. Okay, so you have smart money that is investing in new technology. That's how guys like Mark Cuban make their money. They invest early before it all becomes mainstream, and they've invested in the NFT game Axie Infinity, which is actually the second biggest seller of NFTs after OpenSea. So that's very exciting as well. But if you're interested in NFT gaming, you're definitely in the right place. All right, so DeFi or decentralized finance is what everyone's talking about at the moment. But even according to Bloomberg, 50% of new wallets in November 2021 were started for gaming purpose. So what's the big takeaway here? This is what you want to pay attention to. It's driving user behavior, right? So crypto games are driving user behavior, and basically to play the game, these people like myself would need to create a crypto wallet. And so that's driving new customers into that crypto wallet. So anything that drives user behavior, drives new accounts, that's something to pay attention to. And there is more than $100 billion worth of digital assets on popular DeFi protocols like Uniswap, Aave, Compound, PancakeSwap. So nothing is growing with new money like this space, not even close. So we're going to show you how to benefit from that. Here's something else. This is Sam Purifoy. He actually was working for Goldman Sachs as in the research division, and he left to play Axie Infinity to play an NFT game. Now, Axie is a really interesting game. We're going to get into that later in this course. But one of the cool things about Axie Infinity is you can actually have scholars that play for you. So you don't even need to play the game, and you can have a bunch of different scholars that are playing the game, splitting their profits with you, and to trust the system because it's on the blockchain. So, and he said, even if his magic internet money, like quote unquote cryptocurrency, were converted to US dollars, his annual income from the gaming ecosystem exceeds his salary and bonus at Goldman Sachs. So that's pretty interesting to think about it. He said he left Goldman Sachs because of his conviction that it'll be a landmark year for institutional crypto, and we'd see a real structural shift in sentiment towards widespread adoption, giving better connectivity, use cases, and compliance tools. You can see that gaming is a big part of that as well. Look at the games on Google Trends. Play-to-earn crypto games is trending, and several related terms are listed as breakout trends, including Axie Infinity. So this kind of growth where you see it go from a flat line to huge spikes is really impressive. So it is interesting as well. And imagine there was a game that was immensely popular to the tune of 1.5 million active players per day, and people in North America hardly knew about it. Well, you might have guessed it. We are talking about Axie Infinity here. And as you can see, these are real players, real people that are actually using this game and earning an income with it. So let's get into the rest of this course and show you how you can benefit from NFT gaming and play-to-earn gaming. All right, so there are two types of games that you can play in crypto gaming. There are ones where you need to spend money to get started, and there are ones that are free to play. So Axie is an example of one where you will need to spend money in order to get started. Now, they do have that interesting scholarship relationship where you can play and split your earnings with someone who supports you and buys your team. But essentially with this one, you're going to, in order to play, you're going to need to create your wallet, get your 3 Axies, and purchase them in the marketplace. So how you would do that would be to, I've got the Ronin wallet installed, go to the official marketplace, and once you're logged in, you'll be able to buy and sell different Axies on the marketplace, right? So this one is selling for $27, 0.01 Ethereum. So I could buy that Axie if I wanted to, and once I have 3 Axies, then I can play the game. Other games like Thetan Arena are different. They actually give you not one of these three heroes, but they give you a free hero in order to start. But the amount that you can earn is less unless you, again, buy a upgraded hero from the marketplace. You'll be able to earn more coins quicker. So that's kind of the 2 models. One thing that I really like about Thetan Arena, however, is that it's available to play on iOS. So if you want crypto games on the iOS, there's not a whole lot. So Thetan Arena is going to be one you should definitely look out. Also, it allows you to really test out the game without spending any money. So I think that that's a good thing to do. So I'll put links below this video so you can check out both of these games and try your hand at Play-To-Earn gaming. All right, so what are NFTs? Well, NFTs are non-fungible tokens. Examples of fungibility or fungible things are like oil, bonds, gold, money, something that you can easily equate for one another, right? So if I have $1 and you have $1, they're exactly the same. Something like cars, even if they're both Dodge Chargers, are not fungible because they could be in different conditions, things like that. So that's essentially what fungibility is. And I got a picture of an Axie here because this is going to be a lot of people's onboarding to NFTs. Okay. So right now people, hear in the news, Eminem bought this, ape or something, a JPEG, and those are NFTs. But NFTs can actually have use cases as well. Okay, so each Axie is unique. There are different characteristics that can come out of it. The first NFT I purchased was an Axie, right? And so I like that because these actually have a use case, right? So a lot of NFTs that maybe if it's just an image, it's speculative in value. But NFTs that are in games can hold their value because that's going to be worth it to other players. It's also going to be important in times of high inflation. Okay, just an FYI, the wealthy tend to hold their wealth in assets, not in fiat, okay, as inflation is on the rise here. So here's one thing that's very interesting. Again, you want to look at what's driving new growth. OpenSea, they recently, just in 2022, they got valued at $13.3 billion in a new round of venture funding. So this is the biggest NFT marketplace, and that is really awesome. And again, just in terms of inflation, I just want to put something here that shows that. And so that this should drive more people as well into going into these sorts of games. Okay. So this is the metaverse, Axie Infinity. What we're doing is we're combining the blockchain, we're combining NFTs, cryptocurrency, and play to earn, and we're moving into the future. It should be really, really exciting. And just so you know, we are at the start of this. This is the top blockchains by NFT sales volume. So Ethereum is the first one, and that's what a lot of the OpenSea is selling. And the second one is actually Ronin. So Ronin is a gaming blockchain, right? So it's the blockchain for Axie Infinity, for Sky Mavis, and less than 0.04% of people have even purchased an NFT. And that's if every one of these purchased one. Of course, I have several Axies in my account, so I've actually purchased more than one, which means that there are people that haven't purchased any at all. So that's essentially what an NFT is, but because it is recorded in the blockchain, it can have value. And so we'll get into how that works in play to earn gaming. All right, so here's how to get started with Axie Infinity. You're going to create your wallet. So first install your Ronin wallet, and I've got my Ronin wallet installed here, okay? And so you can toggle between the different accounts that you have here in your Ronin wallet. So that's the first thing. The next stage is to get your Axies. So you want to buy 3 Axies from the official marketplace. That's one of the things that we can help people with. So if you don't know which Axies to buy, then you should definitely register for our webinar, and we show you how to pick the right Axies. Next up, so the other option is applying for a scholarship if you want to play for free and see how you like the game first. So next up, you will create your account on the marketplace. That's where you create the game, and you create your email and password. And then lastly, you will download Axie Infinity. And as you can see, it's available on Windows, Mac OS, Android, and iOS only in test flights. So you won't be able to join that. That will be full. But it's a really great game to get started. And again, if you want to know what Axies to pick, then register for our webinar where we go into all of that and show you how to really leverage your efforts in the play to earn gaming. All right, guys, well, welcome to this video. Here we're going to take a deep dive into Axie Infinity. And there's a lot of things going on here, but this is my account, and that's my Ronin wallet right now. And this is all the marketplace. So the marketplace is where you're going to start, because this is where you're going to find your team. You need to have 3 Axies in order to create a team, and you can sort them. They're going to be defaulted by the lowest price here, but you can search for different things. So if you wanted to find just Dawns that had a certain part, then actually that's a very rare one because none of them have that, right? So that's how you would do that is, these different parts, and you can do a search, right? So I'll do for an aquatic, and we'll search for aquaponics. And you see there's a lot that have that because that is an aquatic part. Now you can double down and add these different things. You can also, search for different purities, breed counts, and so on, and stats, right? So all these are filterable. You can, search for just those ones, and you can see what comes up in the marketplace. So there's a lot of factors going on here, and that's why most people make the mistake of buying the wrong Axie team. But it is a great game if you make the right Axie team, because then you can make money consistently, and it's a lot of fun. So there's also staking that you can do. So you can stake your AXS tokens on the marketplace. And I have some staked here. You get 81% yield on that per year. So that is really, really good, really interesting. Definitely something to look out for. The Ronin bridge is where you transfer your assets between Ronin and the Ethereum network. So again, for some people, you might want to do this, but I just did this today where you send it from MetaMask over to deposit onto Ronin. And so, for example, if I'm depositing Ethereum to the Ronin network, I'll put my Ronin address there and then select whatever asset I'm depositing, in this case, Ethereum, and then the amount, and you can put that in, and that's how that works, right? So the same would be if you're depositing, if you want to get into the staking and you want to deposit, let's say AXS, then you'd select your AXS and deposit that in there. So that's how that works, which is pretty interesting. And let's just go back here to the marketplace. So yeah, so you can purchase crypto with Ronin, with fiat if you want to do that. And the Katana is really good because it allows you to swap between the different tokens. So once I'm connected, I can swap between any of my tokens that I have in here. So I could change some SLP over to whatever token, to the Ronin token, for example, and so on and so forth. And that will become important because now RON is going to be the low cost gas that powers all the transactions on the Axie marketplace. So for example, if I am buying or selling an Axie, eventually that will be paid for in RON. Okay, so that's something to keep up for as well. And then lastly, they have the Mavis Hub, which allows you to actually play the game. So this is the Mavis Hub. It looks like they're going to be coming up with more games and different gameplay. So this is the software that you first install. I'm logged in here, and then I can click play, and this will load the game. Okay, so this is the game, the Axie game, and they've recently made some changes to it. So it is pretty exciting. They're removing the daily quest. I just got to do this CAPTCHA, make sure I'm not a bot. Okay, and so you can manage your teams in here, right? So you can create your teams here, sort that all out. You can look at your Axies here. One thing you will need to do is once you've logged in for the first time, you're going to need to sync your Axies. And just, you see a bunch just came in because I purchased some Axies. So it will sync all of your different Axies right here. So these are 15 NFTs that I have, which is pretty interesting. You can view the details of any of these inside the game, although you can also do that in the marketplace. Here you'll see the energy that I have. And basically there's two modes. There's adventure mode and arena mode. Arena is where you play against other players, and you'll earn the most SLP in that mode. Adventure mode is more for starting out, learning how to play the game, how to play the cards. And originally you can get energy by doing this, and you could gain SLP. So I'm going to take you through a simple battle and just show you how it works. Okay, so they give you some tips here, and so the adventure mode is really more for the onboarding. So this is what it's going to look like. If you're playing a PvP game, these would be 3 Axies as well, but just in the adventure mode, it's just these guys. So you're going to see that it's going to show the order of who goes first, and it's going to randomly draw some of the cards. So each of the Axies has 4 cards, and it's basically going to randomly show you how to do it and give you those cards. Now you'll see I have 4 out of 10 energy. So these all cost 1 energy. So I can basically be able to attack or pick whichever energies that I want. I don't need to use all of them. You'll see this goes down here, and then I can end my turn, and then the battle will happen. So that prioritizes, so each card has different effects, different strengths and weaknesses against different Axie classes. So there's actually a lot of strategy that goes into this game, okay? Again, this is the first level of adventure mode, so this isn't going to be too challenging, but I did want to show you what to do. So sometimes you'll actually want to save up your energies and attacks for, like, let's say the next turn, but in this case, I'm just going to select a couple attacks and have that go into play. So your opponent is also going to be able to choose cards and apply those as well. And let's just go through and finish off all these energies. So now that I have 0 energy, I won't be able to use any of these because I've selected the total energy. So there is some strategy. You do need to know your team, how they work together, what cards do what in order to win. And here you see I got a victory. Okay, so that's pretty exciting, and they got some experience, and that's all good. I actually earned a little bit of cryptocurrency while doing this video for this victory. As you can see, I got 1 SLP token. Okay, so that's all I'm going to show you today about Axie, but it really is a fun game, and it's a game where you can actually earn real money on. So particularly interesting is the scholarship program. We have a webinar on how that works. So definitely check that out in the rest of the course, because it allows you to earn money while other people are playing the game, which I think is just a fantastic idea. So that's a deep dive into Axie. I hope that that was helpful and gives you some really good ideas on how to get started and what's the best way to get started in play-to-earn gaming. Hey guys, so what I want to do in this video is show you which gaming coins I think are good to buy, and I'm on CoinGecko here, and this is really cool because they actually have categories here. So if you want to look at some of the different cryptocurrencies by category, you can see, which are in the particular ecosystem, how they're doing. Now, as you can see, the market has been hit pretty hard lately. So typically what you'll see is altcoins are more speculative than Bitcoin and Ethereum. So when the overall market goes down, they tend to go down harder and faster. One of the good things about that, though, is that they also can recover quickly and help your gains out. So you see that, the GameFi coins overall in the last 7 days are down about 40%. This is an incredible time to buy, whereas like Polygon and Binance are only down about 16%. So that's quite a significant difference. So let's look at the play to earn coins here. So on the play to earn coins, CoinGecko gives you some algorithms that will give a buy or a sell rating. These ones obviously have been down and look like they could bounce back. This column isn't showing up right now. Let's just do a quick refresh on that. All right, so let's click show stats just to show the market cap. So overall, it says here the play to earn market cap today is 13 billion, 12% change in the last 24 hours. So Axie Infinity is a great token. One of the really cool things about it is you can stake it and earn 89% APR through the Ronin wallet. So that is really, really exciting, because this is the main token that has the capped, the ceiling for, you can't just create an infinite number of coins, right? There's a set amount that you can create. And so that's a really interesting one. I also really like the Sandbox. I really believe that the Sandbox will be rivaling Roblox and Minecraft. I think that this will have a huge jump once people start piling into this game and the demand becomes higher. The Decentraland is another interesting game, pretty much the same idea, so that's a good one to consider. With this being down so far, Smooth Love Potion, this is the Axie Infinity one that you earn from playing the game. I really like this coin because I think that the developers have a vested interest in fixing the SLP and making sure that it has more value, because they have a ton of users. They have the most user base of any coins that are available. So this one I think is really important. So watch for that to increase because their user base is demanding it. So those are some of the coins that I like. I also like Gods Unchained. Gods is available on Coinbase as well. So I have some Gods, and I also have I own some Alice, and I don't see that here. So there's a ton of different gaming coins. Overall, you should look at this market to increase significantly as play to earn becomes more of a thing and more people start moving into this market. These are great coins to pick up. Really, Axie Infinity was a top 25 in market cap. They've just seen a huge drop, but this could be one that could be very significant, and expect to see these move forward over 2022 to move up in the rankings from where you see them all right now. All right, one of the biggest NFT games is Axie Infinity. This is the official white paper. And basically the Axie Infinity is a game universe where you basically collect these cute digital pets called Axie, and you can battle, breed, collect, and earn money from them. So every time that you win, you earn SLP, which is a cryptocurrency, and you can even earn Axie Infinity Shards, which is the governance token. And each Axie has 4 of these cards attached to it. So this is the marketplace. As you can see here, there have been 34,000 sales in the last 24 hours, 2.51 million, 34,000 Axies sold. And you can see that over the last 30 days. and so on and so forth. So if you're looking at an Axie, this is basically an Axie. It will have a class, a breed count, different stats, and then different body parts which affect which cards show. Now each of these has an effect on the game. It's very similar to what you might think of in terms of Pokemon Go, and it's really interesting to do this. Now, one of the things is back in May, Mark Cuban has invested in Axie Infinity. This has it's driving a lot of users and a lot of users over to cryptocurrency. Now, all the Axies are actually NFTs. And that's one of the reasons that in overall NFT platform, you see that Axie Infinity is, this dark bar here, is pretty much the second biggest platform for NFT trading after OpenSea, which obviously is what people think of when they think of NFTs and NFT Marketplace. And interestingly, they just had, I think, a $13 billion or $12 billion valuation. So the Ronin chain here, as you can see, Ethereum and the Ronin chain are the leaders for NFT trading. Ronin chain is the side chain that Axie uses for their Axie Infinity universe. So it's interesting here. They've got a lot of different ideas that are going to be coming out in terms of the gameplay. I've talked to some of the people that are involved with it, and I think that it is a long-term, and that's one of the things that they have in mind here: Axie economy and long-term sustainability. So they want to basically have a type of game that rewards players for their time and their effort. Now, it is a skill game, okay? You do need skill, although with Axie, they revolutionized or pioneered the idea of scholars, so scholarships. And basically a scholarship is basically where someone who doesn't have the money to get started, okay, to get started with Axie, you need to buy 3 Axies from the marketplace to create a team. So they create a scholarship system so people that can't afford to do that can actually have someone else buy the team for them and split the profits that they earn in the game with the person that has put up the team for them. So that makes a really interesting dynamic in play-to-earn gaming, where you can actually earn money with play-to-earn gaming without actually playing the game. And I've created a webinar on that topic. There'll be a link below this video where you can do that. But what I like about this is it's a real money economy, and they want to have sustainability. So they've got a lot of great ideas. The Axie Infinity Shard, AXS, is the token that governs the Axie universe, and this has a fixed supply. So there's a lot of interesting things going on with Axie Infinity. Now, the crypto market is having some trouble right now. It's in a downtrend, but this is the smooth love potion. This is what you can earn when you earn cryptocurrency. And if we look even from the last 90 days, it's been as high as, what's that? 8, 10 cents, 12 cents. And right now it's really low. So this is one of the things that they're going to be fixing because, to kind of help that long-term sustainability. But they've been working on some other things. Interestingly, they brought out the Ronin mobile wallet. So it works great on mobile. And they've introduced their whole decentralized exchange, which allows you to swap between their tokens, which are wrapped Ethereum, Axie Infinity Shard, Smooth Love Potion, USDC, and RON. So that's going to be interesting because, again, that's going to help with the Axie universe. Now, this created such a stir that there have been documentaries created on the Axie universe because people have been making a full-time income from it. It prompted Binance to make a side chain so that people could transfer their SLP over to Binance and convert it to fiat currency without the very heavy fees that are associating and dragging down Ethereum right now. So that's interesting because, again, when there's a lot of players, it creates a desire for these companies to help facilitate things. They also introduced staking recently, and you can stake and earn 89% APR on all of your staked AXS, which is very, very interesting. And you can see it's claimable, so I could claim that and then restake that. Really interesting. But if you look at the amount of stake, they've got almost $1 billion staked on the platform. Daily rewards, circulating supply, you can see all that there. As I said, Mark Cuban has invested in this, and it's a really interesting game. Obviously, there are some bumps in the road, and right now they're seeing that with SLP, but this is still one of the games that I would bet on to have a long-term sustainability. They just actually released something where you could release your Axies to the wild and get these tokens. Lots of really interesting ideas like that. So there've been 78,000 that have been released, and it's really interesting what is going on with this right now. So this is a fantastic game. It's a game where you can actually play yourself and earn money, or you can have someone else play the game for you, which is really, really interesting. So Axie Infinity, definitely a game you want to check out if you're interested in play to earn gaming and you want to earn real cryptocurrency while you're playing a game. All right, so this is the Sandbox. This is another NFT game that is poised to be really big. And one of the things that is interesting about it is they have rewards. They've got all these different elements about it, but it's going after that vein that Minecraft and Roblox have created, where, you know, in a lot of those situations, people can create their own virtual worlds with these pixelated, types of characters and interact live with other characters. And so if you are a player who is familiar with Minecraft or Roblox, they have mini games inside of them, and you can interact with other players, which makes it really interesting and really dynamic. So this is one of the best examples of a NFT game being in the metaverse, so to speak. So basically, they have the Sand token, and it's an Ethereum-based network, an ecosystem where you can create, share, and monetize assets and games, and it should be pretty interesting, right? So in the Ethereum-based metaverse, you can create these pixelized elements and use them, right? So you can create those and then actually sell those assets in the game, right? So if you can create like a Batman outfit and then basically sell that to people that want to buy it and use that in the game, right? So it allows you to create these 3D games for free. And I expect this to be a very big market because the metrics of Roblox and Minecraft are off the charts. One of the things about those two games is because of the creativity involved, they have fanatic users, right? So the people that play those games, they literally only play those games like every day. That's like kind of the only game a lot of them play, which is interesting, okay? So you can actually purchase assets and land, which are NFTs, and there is a fixed amount of land, which is pretty interesting. Sand is the token that makes it all go. And Sandbox pays for Ethereum gas fees on behalf of the players, which is pretty interesting as well. So you can generate revenues in several ways. As I said, you can upload your assets, upload your games, make an avatar, make a motorbike, make an animal, and you can sell that. You can also create and monetize your own games. So, when if you think in Roblox, people make their own games, worlds that people can come in. You can monetize that as well. You can also rent your land to other players and earn income from it. So it is pretty interesting. If you look at the Sand price right now, Sandbox is down at 273, down 13%. And in the last 30 days, it has been going down. There's been a very significant market correction. And if you look at even just about a month ago, you're looking at $7 and now it's at $3. So it's about half, which is pretty interesting. This kind of game, I think, has potential to really expand. If you're interested in the coin, it is available on some centralized exchanges like Binance and Gadio. Binance is one that a lot of people are quite familiar with. And as you can see, a lot of the volume is coming from Binance right now. Okay, so that's pretty interesting about it. The other thing about Sandbox that you should know is this one of the top gaming coins. I really think this one could be a big winner once it catches that marketplace. I've talked to people that play Minecraft, that play Roblox, and they are not even aware of the Sandbox. So I think it's kind of a sleeping giant. It could be a lot of fun to get started with Sandbox. They're already reaching out and they've made some connections, some partners with some of these companies, and you can kind of see how that would work. And basically they'll be able to drive new viewers. So you can discover the map here. It's pretty interesting, and you can see what's available for sale. And this is available as well on OpenSea, so it's pretty interesting. So one of the things about Sandbox, this is the white paper here, and as you can see, it's got a pretty detailed white paper. Let's skip ahead to the major features in the press, and you can see that this is something that they're interested in exploring. So I'll put a link to the white paper so you can go through that and really research about what this is all about. But this could be a huge market. It's a type of game that once it catches on, really catches the attention of a lot of people. So Sandbox is definitely a play-to-earn game that you should keep your eye on, particularly if you value games that really foster creativity, and you can see the benefit of being able to create from blocks, create different things, and be able to sell them and monetize them. All right, one of the most exciting games coming out now is Thetan Arena. And Thetan Arena is an esport game based on blockchain. It's very similar to the game Brawl Stars. And so basically, why this is growing so fast is because it is one of the ones where you can play for free and you can earn real money. So let's go through the white paper, show you a little bit about what's going on with Thetan and why it could be very interesting. So they just released some new updates here. They released a new hero and the ability to rent heroes, which should be interesting. They have updated the win bonus. And again, they're always going to be balancing the game and matchmaking improve. Now, my son actually plays this game. He likes this game. And while you can earn money for free, you need to get to a certain level in the season rewards to actually cash out your income. But it is definitely a game where you can start for free and earn your way into it. Okay, so basically their mission with Thetan Arena is three things. They need to have really interesting gameplay. Interestingly enough, their other mission is streaming. So they definitely want people to stream directly on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. And players can actually use Thetan Coin and Thetan Gem to reward streamers. We'll get into that a little bit later. And they want to basically have a connection with the players. So here's the roadmap of what they're going to be going into. And as you can see, we're right here in Q1 2022. So they're bringing out some new system. They're going to have pets coming out, guild wars, tournaments, battle pass, monthly content. It should be exciting as we move forward. So the team behind it, they're all look like computer generated characters. That's kind of cute, but it just gives a little consistency. So this is the main team of who's running it. So community driven game design, and they do want to connect with their community. I'm surprised I don't see a Reddit here. There's probably an unofficial Reddit right now. Thetan Arena, they have 362,000 followers. So this is a game that's really exploding. It's a game that you should get involved with, and there'll be a link for you to join that under this video. So basically, similar to Brawl Stars, there's 3 main groups: the tank, the assassin, and the marksman, and they each have different strengths and weaknesses. So some of them are better from long range, some of them are better for short range, and there's a lot of different modes in the gameplay. Now, there's also 3 different types of rarities. There's your common heroes. You get one of those when you start the game. There's the epic hero and the legendary hero. Those ones do require you to spend money, and there is some advantages to doing that, which we'll get into a little bit later. But basically, they have the tank heroes. They have high health points, normal damage, but they're a little bit slow, right? So these are some of the heroes that they have in. This is the one my son likes, Lucy Muffy. And those are the tank heroes. They also have the assassins. These ones have a low health points, high damage, and high speed, so they can get in and out pretty quick. So they can be fun to use in these types of games. And then there's also the marksmen. Okay, so they're the main damage dealers, and they have a normal health point, high damage, and normal speed. And the cluster's actually a good one to use. He's actually very effective, and Shauna is also a good one to use. So basically what happens is you battle different Thetan characters through the different games, and you earn points, okay? Now you can see that you can win the min and the max. With the epic and the legendary, you will earn more income, right? So I'm not going to talk too much about upgrading, but basically you do want to have skills when you play this game, and this goes into some of the different elements of the game. Okay, but I want to skip ahead to the game modes. There are some different game modes. So there's Battle Royale, Solo or Duel, Tower Siege, Superstar Deathmatch, and Custom Battle. And this will basically explain how the game is played, all these different modes. Very similar to Brawl Stars. It is fun. Let's get to the rewards. So after each match, all NFT heroes get GTHC rewards, and this is based on the match results and the rarity of the hero and the skin for a win bonus. So if you win, you can get 6. If you draw, you get 2. If you lose, you can get 1. This is for the solo mode, and this is for the duo mode. So you want to be one of the top finishers. Those are the ones that win the most. And then there is the bonus of win battle. So there's common, epic, and legendary. And as you can see, you will earn significantly more when you have a paid character, right? And there's a couple ways to do that. So let's talk about the economy. It is a free to play. So this is really important that it is free to play, and you can earn more with a premium hero. Okay. So play to earn. So if you don't want to invest money into the game, you can use the normal hero to accumulate in-game rewards of Thetan coin, and you can sell that Thetan coin in the open market, buy other things in the market, that type of thing. So there's 2 ways to get a hero. You can either buy one, or you can buy a box and hope that you get a good hero from that. So right now the cost of the box, common box is 1,000 THC, epic boxes are 2,000 THC, and so that's pretty interesting and a good way to do that. So the THC, this is a total supply unlimited. So this is the one that you can earn in the game. So when you look at THC, right now it's at 4 cents. It's down about 16%. And here's the overall market cap. Now, keep in mind, just before doing this video, there was a very steep correction. A lot of the cryptocurrencies were down 30-40%. And as you can see, this coin is only available on the exchange from some of these DeFi platforms that you can see here. Okay, So this is the Thetan Arena coin. And then the THG, okay, this is also down, but this is the one that's the more sturdier coin, the one that you would expect to see hold its value. And as you can see, it's available on some of these platforms as well. So let's look at the last 30 days. It's been as high as about $6, and now it's at $2. So I expect that to recover. This should be a good coin to pick up. Looking at Thetan Arena, it's a fun game to play. There, you can get started right away. Let's look at some of the gameplay. You can see how it works. These are NFTs, so this is the marketplace, and you can buy these using your Thetan coin. So what else? Here's what's in the Thetan gem, and there's the team, roadmap, developer, all that stuff. So to get started, what you're going to do is you're going to go into the marketplace. This is similar to Axie, and you're going to log in to the marketplace and unlock it with your MetaMask wallet. Okay, so once you're in here, you'll see your account and you'll see your balance and all that stuff. So this is the marketplace. One thing that you should know is this says the price of it. It's converted into US dollars, so that's going to be dynamic. And then you'll see 4 of something, a certain amount, right? So what happens is the common heroes will have, you can filter them by common heroes. This is how many battles they can do before they reach the end of their lifespan. And as you can see, this one, let's say, has had 140 battles out of the 432. So when you buy these upgraded heroes, keep that in mind, because that's going to be significant, because you can only earn the rewards until they reach their limit of how much they can battle. And so you see the legendary ones, they have significantly higher, this one goes as high as 1,010 battles that you can do with it. And then there's different skins. So you can sort all this stuff, pick your, your character from the marketplace and go play. So while it is free to play, you will earn a lot more cryptocurrency if you play with an upgraded hero. Here are your Thetan boxes. You can buy these different Thetan boxes. This is a lunar box. This is a limited one. And if you click on it, it will show you what's in the box and what your available heroes are and what % chance that you're going to get one of these heroes, right? So 80% a normal skin hero, 20% a mythical skin hero. So that's actually pretty interesting. And this is a common box, so you can compare the rate of your heroes, right? So it might be any one of these heroes, but most likely it will be a common hero with a normal skin. And if you look at some of these different boxes, there'll be the epic box here. You'll see that you have a higher % chance of getting a more valuable character from these different boxes. So that's one thing that's interesting about Thetan. Overall, Thetan is a really interesting game. They got some good gameplay here that you can watch. And the thing that I like about it is it's free to play. So you can get started right away. And it also, very interestingly enough, is available on iOS devices. A lot of times it's not. A lot of these games are only available if it's on mobile on Android. So that's one thing that Thetan really has going for it. It's a good game. I think there is some future potential for this coin, this game, this marketplace to grow and become more valuable. So if you're looking for a play to earn game that's like Battle Royale, this would be a good place to start. All right, Pegaxy is another game that is very, very interesting. And basically you race these horses or these horse Pegasus hybrids, and it's really, really interesting. They are starting to get a lot of traction, and I'll tell you why. It's a racing game with futuristic mythological styling. The Pega are descendants of the Pegasus, and you earn Viz in-game, vigorous in-games, and there's different racing, breeding, and you can actually rent it. So this has taken that same concept of being a scholar and added some different levels to it. So that's definitely interesting. Now, right now, with this, it's not so much of a skill game where you're actually like controlling if the Pegaxy is like how fast they're running at certain parts of the race and that sort of thing. There are some skill elements where you set up, there's some random elements such as the wind and the different modifiers. But if you place in the top 3, you will earn real money. Okay, so this is a very interesting game, and you need to purchase a Pegaxy in order to get started, or you can be a scholar, right? So this is one where you can start and earn money for free as well. Now, if we look at Pegaxy, it's at 37 cents. This is their governance token, and right now it's just available on KyberSwap. So, when you think of something like this, like if the token is only available on KyberSwap, it's difficult for people to invest in this. This is a new game, and it's definitely got a lot of growth. However, it's seeing a lot of growth, particularly from people who are familiar with Axie Infinity, because it is very similar. And let's go through some of the white paper here. I did mention they have the roadmap, so they've completed all these, and basically they're looking at adding some of these different elements, including staking. So this is very similar to what Axie did with their AXS, introducing burn mechanisms, and this is very interesting, interoperability, cross-chain use in other games. So maybe in Sandbox or something, you could have your Axies come in or something like that, right? So that's on the roadmap. Here's the developers. This is also a Vietnamese project, same with Axie Infinity, and it's pretty interesting. So you can basically race the race results. You will earn if you finish in the top 3. So the race rewards for the first, second, and third, everyone gets to see that, and you will earn real money from that. So there's also breeding, which is interesting. And if you played Axie before, this looks very similar. There's 7 levels of breeding, the breed count, and the cost is their in-game token, and then also their governance token. So that's very similar to Axie Infinity. And they have these different bloodlines here. So the least rare is Zan, and the most rare is Hawes. And so this is the chance of when you breed, if you're able to create something like that. So because of the rarity, if you find a Hawes in the marketplace that is undervalued, that could be something that you could invest in. They've also introduced renting. So you can rent, and unlike Axie Infinity, they also have, renter, I guess insurance, basically, I don't mean insurance. Basically what I mean is that they are holding it in escrow, in this escrow process, so that it makes sure that, both parties, the scholar and the manager, are getting their fair share. So there's fixed rental, profit share, and direct rental. You can also buy and sell in the native marketplace. And right now the marketplace looks like this. I would expect the graphics and that sort of thing to be upgraded. But right now it's collecting a lot of interest, this game. There's 3% or 5%. That is the fee in the marketplace, and you can breed, and 100% of the viz is burned in the breeding process. So that's good, because that keeps the value of it interesting. So here's the government's token. They've got a lot of different things, and the stadium and tracks. They've prototyped where you'd be able to have some different stadiums, and each track will have a dominant trait, whether that's water, wind, strength, speed, or another. So this is what it looks like. They're developing, again, how the race is going to be. They're also adding elements like food that can, affect the race and that sort of thing. Here's how the races go. You basically will set up the race, and it will depend on your Pega's alignment with the track attributes. And in development, they're going to have player-controlled racing. So right now, it's great for people to get involved with, because you don't need to be a super gamer in order to benefit from it. But they are going to bring that in, which should be interesting to some people as well. So all in all, Pegaxy is something that has started to get more and more interest and volume. Right here on Pegaxy, there's only about 40,000 followers. I expect when you watch that video that this will be significantly higher if you go and check it. So that could be interesting as well. This is definitely a game that I think would be interesting. It is on Polygon, which is interesting because, again, then you're not dealing with the out of control Ethereum gas fees. All right, so great game, particularly if you like horses, breeding, racing, all that sort of thing. Check out Pegaxy as one of the up-and-coming play-to-earn games. All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to be going into Pegaxy and show you some of how it works and how you can earn money with Pegaxy. So Pegaxy is on the Polygon smart chain. So if you're in MetaMask, it will ask you, and you've been on a different one, you're probably on Ethereum, it's going to ask you to switch to Polygon. Okay, so now I'm connected. I've got my account locked in here, and I want to show you some of the racing and tell you a little bit about the game. So basically what they are, Pegas are these kind of robotic horses with wings, and they have different characteristics. Now, this is a part of the game that's going to be expanding right now in the near future. Right now, these statistics aren't really important. They're not really factored into the game, but they're going to become more effective. So what this is going to do is this is going to be able to really help smart people that have the right team to earn more than other people who don't have Pegas with good stats. So because it's going to add that element in, it's going to make those people that are looking for, I'm just going to sign this, you just doesn't cost anything, but you do need to sign in for each match. And then this is what the gameplay looks like. So it's going to make it so that the people that understand the game and understand stats are going to be able to stack crypto much, much faster than other people. So as you can see, these people are coming in, and once you get to 15, they race. Now, the gameplay is very simple. You don't do anything. I should mention the team does want to make it more of a skill game. So like Mario Karts, where you actually have control, because as you can see, you don't do anything in this game. It just starts and runs. And typically, what you'll see is the horse that's in first will be in gold, the horse that's in third will be in bronze, and the horse that's in silver, which is my horse, or is in second, will be in silver. So I just dropped to third place. Now, what I found from this is there's not a whole lot of like variation here. There's not like horses that go up and then, you know, go down, and I just dropped out of the placing. And that's annoying because I was just explaining that, you know, there's not a whole lot of change of positions. Once you're in, you're pretty much locked. So hopefully I can get that third place back. But again, there's nothing I can really do to do that. This is a very simple game. And yeah, it looks like that third place is out of the area for me, or out of the running. Oh, here, I'm coming back. Oh, I think I got it. No. All right, so I didn't get it, but I claim in fourth. So the interesting thing is you don't earn anything from fourth, but you earn real crypto for one of the top 3 placings. Okay, so once they've all finished, and man, that black coffee is slow. That's what I'm drinking right now, actually. Black coffee, way to go. And then it will calculate the rewards. So the first 3 are get different amounts of Viz, okay, vigorous token. So we'll do another one and we will start the race. As you can see here, I was at 13 of 25. Basically what happens is it refills every hour. It will refill 1. So after 24 hours, you should have a full tank of gas, so to speak, for your race. So you basically can do 24, 25 races a day, something, like that. And again, the gameplay is pretty simple. You have the different racers here. You can actually click on the individual horses and see what their characteristics are. So this might help you, decide what's a good horse, or a good Pega, I should say. So it'll tell you what the race is, what type of horse, whether it's male or female, and then the stats. So where am I? Down here, I'm in silver again. Okay, let's hope I can hang on for this one and show you what it's like to be on the winning podium. These look all in a line. So as you can see, the gameplay really pretty basic, and I've just lost silver. How did that happen? So 2,500. You can see the distance here. So they have the event logged in the blockchain, the location, the class, which right now isn't there's not a lot of variation. And now I'm in first. Oh yeah, I just dropped off first. Okay, well at least I got second. So I'll show you what it's like to earn some real money. So that's the total prize pool, the 175. The person who gets first wins the majority of it. And as you can see here, so he won 105, I won 44 vigorous token. And this is a very kind of almost like a non-game. You just kind of start it and go. So one interesting thing that if you're coming to this from Axie Infinity is with Axie, you need to have skill. You need to know what you're doing or you're not going to win. Right now with Pegaxy, you don't. So if you do hire scholars, they don't need to have the same level of knowledge about the game. Okay. And then these are the other things about the track. What the wind is, all these different factors, right? Because they have these 4 qualifying factors: lightning, wind, water, and fire, and they're all going to do better or worse depending on the track conditions, right? So that's pretty much what the game is about. It'll go on and do this, and you don't even need to be watching the game. You can go on and do something else and just come back to the tab once it's done. Here we are. We've got a 3rd place right now. Hopefully we can pick that up. But as you can see, there's not like a whole lot of change where like in a real horse race where someone will come from behind and catch up in the last little bit. It's not really like that. So these guys are way ahead. So let's jump over to the Axie white paper. If you are interested in the game, you can read the white paper. And so I should say they are going to be developing the racing as more of like a game, right? That's a long way away, but there are some really interesting things, and it has gotten quite popular with the PXG and the token. So if you want, I'll link to the white paper. As you see, I just come back and can go to the next match, and you can start. So there's also some stuff going on in the marketplace. You can rent your Pega, you can breed them. That's other ways that you can make money. I'm not going to talk about that in this video, but it is something that I will do in future videos. In this video, I just want to show you the Pegaxy gameplay and what it's all about. And I'll just go to, after this race, I'll go to my assets so you can kind of see what, it's what's going on with the income. Okay, let me load up CoinGecko here. And we'll just do a quick calculation. Okay. So we're back. Am I placing in this match? No, doesn't look like. Okay. So again, the gameplay is going to be revamped. I think it's a pretty cool idea, but the gameplay isn't something that you would choose this game for at this point. If we go to my assets, you can see that this one's resting, because after breeding or certain things, they have some time before they can actually race. And here's my other Pega here. And then you can see that I've earned 1130 this token. That's in like maybe a day and a half, something like that. And so let's just look up what Vigorous is right now. So it's this one here, Vigorous, VIS, and it's right now quite low. So let's just take that and multiply it by, I think it was 1130, something like that. So right now I'm at about $10, just short of $10 in terms of income. So in the last 30 days, it's gone down a bit. This is the same thing that you see in other games like Pegaxy, but I think that this is a game where it's going to be developed. It already has a user base of people that are interested in it, so it is something to keep in mind. Overall, this is something that I think will become more profitable, and once the stats do come into play and it takes more care to be in the marketplace and get a winning Pega, it should be easier to win even more consistently, and that should be exciting. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you like Play to Earn Gaming, make sure to subscribe to my channel, make sure to like the video, share it on Twitter, social media, wherever you do your stuff. It certainly helps me reach a new audience, and I love being able to do that. In the links below this video, I'll put some more information about Pegaxy, so you will want to read that, and I'll link to the white paper, I'll link to, I guess, CoinGecko, and yeah, if you want to get started and you need a good stat horse, a good stat Pega, then contact me. That's something I can do as a service for people, and get them set up in this game for a very small amount of money. So if that's something you want to do and you want to just start earning money, I mean, as you saw here, this is like $10 in less than 2 days, which again isn't a lot, but I'm not really doing much for that. I'm not even paying attention when I'm doing that. And it can be outsourced. You can have a scholar that's going to do 100% of the effort for you, and you don't need to do anything. So it is interesting when you extrapolate that over about, let's say we're at $10 in 2 days. That's going to be $150 a month passive income. So pretty exciting. I think that it's not the best gameplay in the world, but there are certainly some things going for it. So if you're interested and want to get set up, hit me up in the comments. I'd be happy to help you do that. And yeah, we'll take it from there. All right, that's all I got for you. Hope you enjoyed Pegaxy. Maybe I'll be racing you soon. All right, if you like more peaceful games, then My Neighbor Alice could be the NFT game for you. This is a very interesting game. It's kind of based on the same principle of Heyday, which has been a very popular and very addictive game. And this is basically how it looks. You'll see that you basically you get your farm, and you can grow that and grow your farm, buy and own virtual islands, collect exciting items, meet new friends, all that kind of thing. So you do, there is a land sale. So there's certain plots that are made available, and that's interesting right now. If you look at the marketplace, you can basically see that it's only coming soon. So this is one that's, on the up and up. However, it's already listed on CoinGecko, and right now it's in the top 400, which is pretty interesting for a game that hasn't even been out yet. I think that is definitely interesting. There's a big opportunity for games like this, which would appeal to people that just want to kind of farm and have more of that meditative game experience and be able to build things. So think some like SimCity, like Heyday, that type of thing. And This coin definitely has some traction. One of the things about it is it's even listed on Newton, which is a crypto exchange. There's already almost 200,000 followers of it, so it should be pretty interesting. They are coming up with some updates, and there's definitely some movement. So one of the things looking at a game like this is you can actually get in at the very beginning, right? As you saw here, the NFT marketplace isn't even available. There's this early access button, but you can capitalize on this game. Now, what will happen when this game becomes popular and gets into the mainstream? Well, I think that you should see some appreciation on the coin. So I think that's why people are buying it right now. And as you can see, it's available on some centralized exchanges. I mentioned Newton, which is in Canada, also Binance and Gadio it's available on, which makes it interesting because they've managed to get their token onto those exchanges. So if you look at what's going on their Medium site, you can see that they are giving regular updates, and they did have a small NFT sale that took place, and apparently it was off the charts. So this is definitely an interesting game if you want something that's you can kind of build, and you kind of like those long-term build games. Definitely check out My Neighbor Alice as a way to actually make money on the blockchain. So it should be interesting to see how this one develops. All right, guys, so what I want to do is show you how you can sell your FIFA coins. Now, first off, why would you want to do this? Well, as the season ends and you get down to the end of the season, you basically are sitting on an asset, right? And that's how I look at it. Your team is an asset, and all those players that are untradeable actually have real value. So let me show you what I mean. So this is my FIFA team. And obviously what FIFA wants you to do is to convert players to untradables, right? So basically you do SBCs and you give up players. A lot of the majority are probably going to be ones that you might have to purchase, or they won't be untradeable, and then you end up with an untradeable player. Same with something like this. You'll upgrade, you get a team of the week, it'd be an untradeable. So they get money by making people spend real money. So what I like is you can go here, and then sometimes you need to wait, but you see you get about 42 cents for every 10,000. So how it works is you will basically pick a player that comes up, and then you have about 5 minutes to buy this player in your account. Okay, so the easiest way to do this is I look for a start price and a buy it now price. In this case, it's a little bit different because normally they're quite a ways away, but they have the market price here. So basically you're going to be buying this player for too much money, and then they're going to buy it for they're going to sell it on the market and kind of make that spread, and then they'll give you real money for that. So as you can see here, I've got about $20 in my account. Not a whole lot, but it is definitely something that you can do to create some income and maybe get some money to buy the next game, or whatever you want to do with it. But if you don't do it while the season is going on, you're going to lose that value, right? So I've been selling some of my players here, and then you actually have this player, so you can actually sell them again, right? So if you've bought it for 92,500, you can actually sell it for probably this pretty quick. So you're really only spending on the spread of that. But you do need about $100,000 or 100,000 coins to make one of these things work. So how this works is I'll usually search for the name of the player, and then I'll find the start price and the buy it now price. I'll do a little bit under the start price and a little bit above the buy it now price. So for example, I'll search for Golovin and then buy it now 89,000, and what was the so put 93. Okay, and then I'll do search, And it may come up with multiple things. So that's why you do want to check what the transfer time's left and then the anchor, right? That's very, very important. So it's 25 minutes and it's an anchor. So it's this one. So if I had the funds in my account, I would click buy it now, and then it would give me an option to click bought, and then their system would confirm that. It usually takes about 5 or 10 minutes to confirm that. I'm gonna cancel this because I don't have this, the funds available right now. But as you can see, I've done this a few times, and they do suggest only doing this once every 4 hours. So it does take a little bit of time to kind of liquidate your assets. But you know what I think here, and the other thing to keep in mind is unless you're in China, you do need to get to the $25 limit in order to actually make a withdrawal, and they do take a fee with that. But be that as it may, not that bad, because you're turning like just stuff that you would normally do, like if you're playing FIFA, into real money. And I do like that. So how I'm gonna cash out is I'm gonna use Litecoin 5%. And you know, when I get this up to like $25 or so, I'm gonna make a withdrawal and you know, get that to my Litecoin account. What is really cool about that is that, you know, because I'm bullish on cryptocurrency, that $25 is going to turn, particularly because with crypto down right now, this is a great time to do this, because that $25 is going to turn into, you know, maybe $100 or $200 or $300 very, very soon as the price of cryptocurrency goes up. So keep that in mind. You're not only, you know, getting that value, but you're turning, you know, this game into real money. And it's one of the few ways where you can actually make money from gaming, apart from having a monetized YouTube channel, which of course I do. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hit me up with a like and a subscribe. All right, so that's it, guys. That's how you actually sell your coins for real money. You're basically making the spread here. I think this is a really fabulous system, and you know, something that I think that everyone should consider if you want to turn your gaming into something a little bit more profitable. Because, I mean, obviously look at the season before, I did not do this, and now that team has no value, whereas I've been able to generate, you know, some money just while I'm kind of playing the game. Now, when I'm looking forward to the next season, I'm probably going to be having an eye towards cashing out at this time, and I'm going to be keeping an eye on if, you know, there are different prices at different times. You know, maybe at the start of the game, coins are going to be really selling at a premium because people want to, you know, build that team quickly and compete in the weekend league and all that kind of stuff. And I don't really care about that, but even though I'm a pretty decent FIFA player, you know, I just don't have time to play weekend league, so it doesn't really matter to me. And I want to maybe do some trading with the intent of converting that to cash, you know, or converting that to Litecoin, let's say, or Bitcoin. So anyhow, that's how you can liquidate your FIFA team. If you want to know more about cryptocurrency and how to earn money with cryptocurrency, I've got a couple videos that will be popping on the screen that will show you how to do that. There's lots of different ways you can make money very passively with cryptocurrency. Some of them aren't, you know, huge amounts of money, but you know, it is very passive in a lot of cases. I'm a big fan of staking cryptocurrency. So if you have any comments or questions, hit me up in the comments field. Hit me up in the comments and I'll get back to you. And if you want some recommendations on what I am putting my cryptocurrency in, or you want to make some passive income, hit me up in the comments and I'll send you what I have been doing to earn some passive cryptocurrency every day. All right, so this is a video to follow up my other video, which I will link in the cards. But basically, I wanted to show you that I've been able to generate, you know, just some money at the end of FIFA 21 by selling some of my players. Now, there's only $81. It's not a ton of money, but it's certainly enough to pay for FIFA 22. And again, this is just stuff that I normally do gaming anyhow. So I'm gonna go and click withdraw here, and I've got $80. So I'm actually gonna withdraw it to Litecoin. And so I've selected Litecoin here. And so here's the balance. There's gonna be some fees, and that's understandable. And then, so the total payout is gonna be less. Now I could wait till I got over $100 and then the fees would be less, but I feel like cryptocurrency is going up right now, and I feel like the 5% would probably be better served if I got it into cryptocurrency now. So I'm gonna move that over into my Exodus wallet. As you can see, I've got a bunch of money in my Exodus wallet, but no Litecoin at the moment. I did exchange some for Cardano. Big fan of Cardano, and I love the fact that you can stake Cardano and earn 4 or 5% just from staking Cardano. If you're interested in that, let me know in the comments and I'll give you some information on that. So I'm going to send it to my Exodus wallet. So all I got to do is click the receive button, and it's going to generate my Litecoin address. So this is where funds are going to go. And so I'm going to copy this, and you can see it's August 30th in the evening. And so I'll pick up this video and show you how long this transaction actually took. All right, so it says success here. Now my funds have gone to 0. So I'm just waiting for those funds to come into my Exodus wallet. I'm assuming that this is gonna be a manual process. So I'm gonna pick this video up again once it's done and show you how long that it took. So this is pretty cool. I mean, you know, I just made $80 from FIFA 21 when I played FIFA 20 and I had a similar team at the end of the game. You know, I didn't make any money from it. And so this, I think, is just pretty cool. It's a way where you can actually make money gaming. So listen, kids, if your parents say you can't make money gaming, yes, you can. I just showed you how. Be sure to like and subscribe to this video. And I'm going to link another video into the cards that you should watch right now. Cue that. All right, so this is a video following up from that transaction where I did a withdrawal. One of the nice things about my DGN is you can actually go to your account. You see now I've withdrawn these funds. And if you go to your correct platform, you can see the transactions that you've made. So you can scroll back and you can see all the details of the transactions that you made, the time, the buy price, and the market price and all that kind of stuff. So as you saw, we made that withdrawal on August 30th. It took a couple of days to actually come into my account, my Litecoin account. As I said, this is a manual process. So they have someone actually going through this, verifying it, and then sending it. And as you can see, about 2 hours ago on September 1st, I got my funds here. And as you can see, this is 77.57 USD, and they sent 77.45 USD. So that is actually from this platform, from IGN, from actually selling FIFA coins for real money. So yes, you can make real money gaming. How cool is that? If you think that's cool, leave a note in the comments and I'll give you some tips on how you can make even more money with FIFA 22. Now keep in mind that at the end of the season, these prices drop. So the amount that you're getting on the player auctions is significantly less than they will be at the beginning of the cycle. So right now for 10K on the Xbox, you're only getting 18 cents. I'm not sure how high this will be, but it will be very significantly higher, particularly at the beginning of FIFA 22. So that's a great opportunity for you to make some quick bank, particularly if you can get off to a fast start and get some good players early in the transfer market. If this is pretty cool, leave a note in the comments. And if you need help building your FIFA team, let me know. But I just want to show you that this is absolutely legit and 100% works. As you can see, I've got this transfer in right here for $77 US dollars in Litecoin, which is just pretty cool. All right, well, that's it for this video. We'll see you in the next one. So be sure to check out my other FIFA video linked here in the cards. All right, we'll see you in the next one. All right, guys, Andrew Murray here. And in this video, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna tell you how much I've made by using BlockFi over the last few weeks. Now, BlockFi is a platform where you can actually borrow and lend your crypto. But the really cool thing about it is you can earn a great annual return from having your cryptocurrency and in particular your stable coins on your account. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how much I've made doing this and why I decided to try this out. The main benefit about it is it's really passive income. And that's what I like about it. If we go to BlockFi here, you can see you can earn up to 9% on your cryptocurrency. And there's going to be a bonus payout structure. So check in the description for the link and also possibly a promo code because these do get changed from time to time. But that's just a bonus for getting started. So you can grow your crypto wallet and get paid interest, which accumulates daily, which is pretty awesome. You can trade through some of the stable coins and a couple other coins. They also have a credit card where you earn a 1.5% back in Bitcoin. There's no annual fees, so that's pretty awesome as well. And you can borrow against your crypto and there's no prepayment penalties. So that's pretty cool. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna log into my account and let's see how much that we've made just in a short time with BlockFi. All right, so with BlockFi here, you'll see my balance is 4,400 and I've made total interest $19.77 and accrued interest of 1.05. And this is actually just, if you can see here, this is actually just in a very short period of time. November 11th, right now it's December 1st. So it was not even a month ago when I transferred this in and I just did a transfer of USDC. It was sitting on an exchange, not earning anything. And during that time, it's actually made $19. Now, $19 isn't a great amount of money, but it's better than it's sitting on the exchange. So one of the reasons I have some money sitting in stable coins on the exchange right now is because I've taken some profits off the table. I've been in the crypto game long enough to know that if you just assume it to go up all the time, there will be a correction. So what I did was I took a portion of my profits off the table, put it into a stable coin, like USDC, and it was just sitting in an exchange. So now I've actually got this in my account earning interest. And if you extrapolate this over a year, it could be very significant. And again, this is completely passive. This is money that I would have in these stable coins anyhow. Now, as you can see, they have different interest rates on some of the different coins. They have some of the major ones here and some of the stable coins like Pax, like Tether, like DAI that you can earn on as well. So if you get your account here, what you can do is you can fund your account. You can fund it with a crypto transfer or a wire transfer. Obviously, crypto is a little bit easier. You can withdraw it and you can select if you want what you want to withdraw. You can make some trades on the account as well. There also is a borrow section where you can borrow. The minimum is $10,000. So if you put in $10,000, it's going to calculate your offer and you'll need to put in some collateral. So let's say you had it in Ethereum. Under the accounts, you can check out your interest account and right here you can see where the interest has been accrued. And lastly, you can go to the loan section. So overall, BlockFi is well known in the industry. It's something that can earn you a little bit of return while you have your money in crypto. And again, if you have fiat money sitting there, well, this might be a good idea to think, hey, well, maybe instead of leaving it in fiat, in a bank account, in bonds or something, you can put it into crypto and actually earn a very significant rate of return compared to fiat currency. And also it will be accessible. So if you do have that option and you do start seeing Bitcoin going lower and you want to build up your portfolio, that will be easy to do at that time. So there are a couple other similar companies that you might want to check out. Celsius is one where again you can earn with Celsius, and Celsius is run by Alex Minshinsky, and he is well known again in the crypto world. I'll put a link there. And for a more Canadian version, there is Lend, or it's misspelled kind of like hodl or hold, and this is a great option as well. And it will be secured in Canada, all of your funds. So those are some great options for you if you want to get a little bit extra return and you still want to maybe take some money off the table and have it in stable coins, or you just have fiat sitting there and you'd like to earn some extra money, but without the risk of a lot of the cryptocurrency. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments and be sure to use the links in the description because they will have the promo codes loaded so that you can get the most bang for your buck when you join one of these companies.